Hey, once again, everybody, thanks for stopping by, checking out the regular guy daily fantasy show, and we're going to get to today's pick six coming up here very shortly. Before we get started on the video, though, if you guys would do me a favor, if you would hit that like button down below, I would very much appreciate it. If you like these videos, if they're helpful to you at all, it would also be good if you would hit that subscribe button and click the little notification bell. That way, you get notified every time we do put out a new video. We're going to focus on this six gamer on DraftKings today. Um, some pretty good plays. We're going to look for ways, as always. What we try to do here on this show is maybe get a little bit different. We focus on the GPP, the tournaments. So we're going to see if we can find a little bit different plays for us to maybe get a takedown tonight. We scored 346 points with our main lineup on DraftKings last night. It was good. Got us our money back, but took 402 or 412, depending on which tournaments I was in last night, to get the takedown. Yesterday was crazy. I've never seen a day with so much injury news, and it just kept coming and kept happening right up till lock last night. Marcus Smart from the Celtics just suddenly getting ruled out. It was crazy. It was hard to even keep track of. It was almost too much. There was so much value on the slate. You didn't know which value to play and how many studs to try and jam in. Like I said, we scored 346 last night, and we had most of the correct studs that it took to win last night, but so many guys went off with Jokic and Steph Curry, Joel Embiid. Westbrook had another triple-double. It was just getting the right combination of them, and the guys that got three of those four in were the ones that had the takedowns last night. I did not have three of the four in any one particular lineup. So, but again, we scored 346. We got our money back. So let's move on and talk about today's slate. Maybe we can do a little bit better. I'll take 346 most any nights. We scored 346 tonight, and I think we're going to be looking at some pretty good cash coming our way. But anyway, okay, talking about tonight's slate, we can go through each and every game here if you want. I think the main thing to do, again, guys, I'm trying to focus these videos on, the regular guy like me. You see I'm down in my basement here. My wife's got me stuffed down in the basement, made me put my studio way away from everybody else. I just, guys that don't want to spend all day breaking down lineups and looking through projections and all that kind of stuff. We don't have to do that to have some fun and make a little profit playing NBA or NFL DFS in any form, and I am absolute proof of that. So let's get started looking at today's slate. What we're going to have to do today is figure out which studs are most important to us, and then my strategy always is, how are we going to get a little bit different? It's only a six-game slate. So our main studs tonight, we can just click over here. With Towns, Randall, Irving. They're all right here on the top, and they're all great plays. So you're just going to have to pick how you want to build your lineup and which guys you want to go with, and then try to find a little bit of value around it the other way. So, for example, this game, the Brooklyn-New Orleans game, you want exposure to that game tonight. New Orleans does nothing that resembles defense at all. So Brooklyn guys are going to be at a premium tonight. On the other side, Brooklyn doesn't do anything that resembles defense generally. They've been better in spots, but with Durant off the floor tonight, I don't expect too much defense to be played in this game. So we want exposure to this game. The Minnesota-Sacramento game. Neither one of these teams play any defense, especially down low, and that's where we're going to want to attack with one of our studs today in our pick six. But these two games are the most appealing games on the slate. So we're going to be looking to get some exposure into those games. So how can we build a winning lineup yet try and be a little bit different than everybody else? Let's go ahead and get started with today's pick six. I have decided that my absolute favorite stud play on this slate is Karl Anthony Towns. So he's going to be pick number 1 for today's daily pick 6. Now, the last time these two teams played, I don't know if it's in the game log here or not. Sometimes my computer is a little slow here. Let's see if we can scroll back. Yeah, here it is against Sacramento. 23 points, 13 rebounds, 52 fantasy points. That's okay. But at 10,600, I'm expecting more than that from Karl Anthony Towns tonight. I'm expecting one of these type of games right here where you see the 70 points. Now, the only thing that concerns me is the minutes that Cat has been playing, 25 and 26 in his last 2 games. I'm expecting more minutes than that tonight, so he is absolutely my favorite spend up on the slate, and we're going to go with him against Sacramento with no Rashawn Holmes. They don't, not that Rashawn Holmes plays a lot of defense anyway, but now they have absolutely nobody down low to deal with Towns. I expect him to have a bigger game, and I also expect him to play bigger minutes. So he's going to be number 1, in today's pick 6. Now, we're just going to stick with picking our studs first, and I am going to stay right into this other game here, go back rather to this other game. I'm playing Zion tonight. We already know that LaMarcus Aldridge has retired. They have nobody. Brooklyn has nobody to defend bigs down low. Zion should absolutely feast tonight. DeAndre Jordan, for some reason, I don't even think he played in the last games. He's not a threat to defend Zion. Zion should have his way on the boards. He should be able to get to the basket whenever he wants. So I don't think I have to spend a lot of time telling you why Zion Williamson is a good play tonight. I'm expecting at least 55 fantasy points out of Zion Williamson tonight. There's just nobody to stop him. Now, let's look on the rest of the pick 6. Here's where we're going to start to get a little bit different. This guy right here, Kyrie Irving, is a fabulous play tonight if you want to go to him. It makes sense. With no Durant, no Harden, Kyrie's usage will be off the charts. He absolutely could blow up and go for a huge game. And that's why I said earlier in the video, we're going to have to pick which studs we think are most important. If you want to build around Kyrie instead of Cat, I totally understand it. My logic is very simple. Kyrie Irving, his ownership tonight, I would think is going to be very, very high. So I'm going to try and find a way to get a little bit different and score some points without Kyrie. So part 3 of the pick 6, we're going to stay in that game, but with no Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, I would imagine he's been he'll get the start again. He's been playing good minutes, and Bruce Brown has been very productive. He's been a point per minute player, and he's had a lot more usage, obviously, with Kevin Durant and James Harden off the floor. So I like Bruce Brown if he can get 30 to 35 minutes, which I think he's been playing. I'm pretty sure we'll double check it here, but yeah, 30 minutes out of, so if Bruce and he scores 30, he's about a point per minute player. So if I can get 30 to 35 minutes out of Bruce Brown tonight, he's generally pretty productive. Again, we're going to need some lower salary guys here. So instead of Kyrie at my point guard or my shooting guard, I'm going to go to Bruce Brown. The second one I'm going to give you in the pick 6 today is very dependent on an injury. Normally, I would say I'm not paying $8,000 for Terry Rozier, but Terry Rozier has been absolutely fabulous. It depends on if Devontae Graham is playing. I'm not expecting Devontae Graham to play, but if Devontae Graham plays tonight, I'm probably going to pivot off Terry Rozier. He probably won't be part of the pick 6. I don't expect him to play, and without Devontae Graham, Terry Rozier's usage goes through the roof. He's been very productive. He'll get the shots. He'll take a lot of the shots. There'll be plenty of shots available for him, and he can certainly pay off his price point. We need, 48 points for 6X. As you can see, his last 2 games, 39, 40 minutes, 69, 52, 53 fantasy points in 43 minutes. He's getting the minutes He's going to continue to get the minutes without Devontae Graham, and again, his upside is phenomenal. His shots are definitely going to be there. So we're going to go to Terry Rozier, save a little bit of salary here, and pivot off of Kyrie Irving. So it's one way to get a little bit different here. Also, on an injury here, the next part of our pick six, we are going to play. I'm going to go to Dwayne Bacon today. Dwayne Bacon has been very productive when he gets a chance to play. I expect him to start tonight. Terrence Ross has been ruled out. And in fact, Orlando is dealing with Terrence Ross is out already. Otto Porter Jr. is out. MCW, that's the big one for Dwayne Bacon. The other big one, MCW and Ross both out. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for Dwayne Bacon. He should draw the start tonight, and he's been very productive. He's been a point per minute player at least. So I have no problem going to Dwayne Bacon tonight. He should get plenty of minutes. I expect well over 30, 35 minutes from him, and he can easily pay off the price point at $4,200. Again, he's been really productive. So the last piece now that we're going to look at our pick six, we're going to stay in this Brooklyn New Orleans game. It's a guy I love. It's a little bit of a high risk guy. I get it, but I love Landry Shamet tonight. With no Kevin Durant out on the floor taking up usage, he gets the minutes. He can be very productive. He has been filling it up. He's been shooting it just crazy good shooting numbers. If we look at his log, 38 minutes last game, no Durant on the floor, 40 fantasy points. He's about a point per minute player. Now, he is a little bit scoring dependent. You look down here, 20 minutes, 25, 36 minutes, 22, but then he plays 26, scores 34. If his shots are going in, he can certainly be a productive player. There's no reason he shouldn't get a ton of shots tonight, again, with no Kevin Durant. And this is the number right here, 38 minutes. If he plays anywhere close to that tonight, I don't see any reason that Landry Shamet can't pay off that price point. So that's the pick six for today, guys. The regular guy show pick six includes Bruce Brown, Terry Rozier, Dwayne Bacon, Zion Williamson, Karl Anthony Towns, Landry Shamet. Again, pay attention throughout the day. If for some reason Devontae Graham would be in, then I'm not going to like Terry Rozier as much. Then we might look to pivot to somebody, see if we can find the salary, somebody like a CJ McCollum, or maybe Norman Powell, 6,400. A lot of the usage tonight is going to go to CJ McCollum with no Dame Lillard on the floor, and he's a fabulous play. But Norman Powell has the ability to put up just as good of numbers as CJ McCollum if he gets hot shooting. So that's another place you could look. Or if Devontae Graham plays and we got to pivot out of Rozier, another guy that we can look for that I do like tonight, I'm giving you kind of a couple of bonus plays tonight to look at. Bonus plays in the pick six today. Look at P.J. Washington. Now, earlier in the year, he'd been playing a lot of power forward, and he really hadn't been that productive. But lately, he has switched to the starting center. He's getting more minutes, 34 minutes, 31 minutes. If he's playing center, he's much more productive. And at 5,400, if you wanted to use him for a little bit of value and then maybe sneak in, put in a Kyrie Irving if you want to, or a De'Aaron Fox, one of the other stud guards, if you don't want to pay up at the power forward or the center position. One more bonus guy I'll give you tonight that I think could get us a little different. Look at Hassan Whiteside from Sacramento. I don't think he's going to be very high owned tonight because on the last slate, he started, and I thought finally Luke Walton has got his brain working. He's starting the right guy at center, but then it turns out he only plays 19 minutes. He still scores 27 fantasy points in 19 minutes. I expect if he starts tonight, he would get more minutes, but I can't outguess Luke Walton. I don't really understand why he started but then didn't play enough minutes. if he could get to 25, 30 minutes tonight, he's another guy that you could look at. I don't think he's going to be that high owned. We're trying to get different here with our daily pick six for GPP plays because he didn't have such a great game last game, and his price tag has come up from 2 slates ago when he was $4,000. I think a lot of guys are going to probably look at Enos Canner tonight as a lock in for a center position. I'm not afraid to go right back to Hassan Whiteside if you choose to do so. Again, if he can even get 25 minutes, if Luke Walton, hey, decides it might be a good idea to leave my best center in the game for a while, he can easily pay off his price point in just 25 minutes. So that's some ways that you could get different also. Pivoting off again, like if Terry Rozier, if Devontae Graham would get ruled in for this game. So again, guys, that's today's Daily Pick Six. Good luck to everyone tonight. Keep an eye on the injury news. Before you get out of here, if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor, if you found this video helpful at all, if you could please hit that like button, if you could please hit that subscribe button, and then click the little bell so you get notified every time we put out videos. I'm going to try and put out videos a little bit more frequently. Hopefully we can get them out the daily pick six every day, but we're also going to maybe do some deeper dives into daily fantasy NBA for guys that, if you're new to it, if you're new to playing NBA, used to just playing NFL, we're also going to take some dives into baseball once the NBA season starts to wind down and we get more into the baseball. So lots of good things coming for the regular guy pick six show, or the regular guy DFS show, that is, and today's pick six. So if you wouldn't mind hitting those buttons, like, subscribe, good luck tonight, pay attention to the injury news, and we'll check in with you tomorrow, and hopefully these plays are going to make us a lot of money. Thanks a lot for tuning in.